What's going on YouTube? It's Siren Frost here, and today I'll be giving you guys a deck profile featuring my Genesis deck. Now I've been kind of struggling with presenting this deck to some of you, because to me it's not quite finished. Because it's still missing some of the more expensive cards, but I'll get those eventually. So for right now, I'm just going to give you guys the deck profile that I think this deck will be better. And we'll just see what happens. So now, the way I've seen this Genesis build played, from Shinemonita to some people who are differently, they relied on so many grade 3s. Like, what is this, Morikawa? Don't think so. But, this is just the way I build it, and this is just for fun, not for competitive purposes. I know people are going to be, like, roasting me or ridiculing me and saying that this is another shitty-ass deck. But, to me, this is my own build. I don't care what you guys may think about it. But I do accept, honest opinions about a deck profile that you think that might be better for the clan and all this stuff. But if you're going to, roast me in the comment section, call me a retarded piece of shit and all this shit, then you can just click the red X and go fuck yourself. Because I'm sick and tired of people's closed-mindedness. It's like, I can see why people have an bad thing about when it came to... Sorry, I'm checking this one on my phone. But yeah, I'm just sick and tired of people's closed-mindedness and not giving a deck a chance, because when someone tries to present an idea, they're just automatically like shut it down. Like, nope, this is how it's supposed to be done. If you're not doing this right, you're a bad player. How about this? You're a terrible player for being a self-entitled asshole. But we'll get more in that in another video another time. So, let's get out of the way and let's start this deck profile. So I'm starting the deck off with grade 0. The starting Vanguard would be Pan of the New Style. Half these are for trial decks too, but I combine them with some of the older sets and the recent sets, just a little bit. And it does seem pretty good fun to play and get a bit of an idea what the new Genesis is doing. But I will explain to you what cards may or may not be good in this deck. But this is for fun, and it's just, something that you want to try. So we're starting with Pan a New Style as a starting Vanguard, because that's what Shimonita did. Next, I'm playing 4 heals, which is 4 Lauriers, 4 draw PGs, Kushinada, 4 crit triggers. We have 8 crits total, and they're Battleman Kukurihime, and then we have Mercury of Gravitas. So we have those as our triggered lineup and our starting Vanguard. So, I know some people are going to say, well, why not play 12 crits and play a regular PG? Again, this is just for a review. This is something I feel like it's better and, not as bad as you think. I know there's a combo that you can OTK your opponent quick, but this is a deck profile that I just feel like it's best for me to understand and something I can get my hands on properly. So for grade 1s, we are playing 4 copies of Atlas of Heavenly Sphere. When he's summoned, Soul Charge 1. On rear guard, you can counterblast and put him in a soul. You draw a card, and if your Vanguard is an Astral Poet, you get an imaginary gift, force, and place in the marker. So the main goal for this deck is to get at least up to 5 imaginary gift force markers on your Vanguard or on your Astral Poet. And if you still happen to do that, you activate the Astral Plane and summon Valkerion. Next for grade 1s, we have 4 copies of Astraia of the Full Heavens. So 4 of her. Now I'm gonna read her effect because I know I'm gonna butcher this for a fact. When placed, draw a card and put a card from your hand into the bottom of your deck. If this unit is on Vanguard, Soul Charge 2 cards. At rear guard effect. At the end of the battle, it boosted Soul Blast 2 cards and return this card into your hand. So you basically use her effect over and over again. Now, I may change her out for a different unit. Right now, I feel like this is the best option at the moment. But maybe once I get all the Genesis stuff from the newer set, Astral Force, then I will reconfigure this deck out to a whole new level. I'm playing 2 copies of Suadela of Loving Asbestos. I know she has an ability. When placed on rearguard, rest this unit. Until the end of the turn, one of your vanguards gets plus 10,000 power and reduce the next soul blast you pay by 2. So she has the same ability as Kukurihime and Sahohime. No, Shintahime. The other one. So she's a grade 1 reducer. So that's kind of why I chose her. I can go for another one if I so choose to. I can go with Diana at the moment because when she boosts a unit when it declared an attack, you can Carablast and you get an imaginary gift. I think it's Carablast and Soul Blast 1, and you can get imaginary gift Force. So that's a combo right there with Arthurus and Diana. But others can work well too. And then finally for grade 1s, we're playing 4 copies of Deputize Bear. What he does is on Vanguard, or I think it's Rearguard, yeah, Rearguard. When placed, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, and if you reveal a Valkerion you can add to your hand and put the rest in the bottom of your deck in any order you wish. So this will help. This is your searcher for Valkerion, and the main goal is to get Valkyrions on the field. Well, one, but yeah, you get the idea. For grade 2s, we're playing a new addition to the team. We're playing 4 copies of Libitina of Brutal Rites, the Grim Reaper of the deck. When this unit intercepts, when it intercepts or is placed on Guardian Circle, Carablast 1 and reveal a card from your hand. And this unit gets plus 5,000 shield until the end of the turn for each grade of the card revealed for this cost. So if you reveal a grade 5, she gets a plus 25k shield for that turn. So that's not a bad thing. This is like an interceptor. This is an interceptor, but it's fun. I can always change her out for Parthus, because she helps you get imaginary gift Force as well. But I want to try out all my options. So I'm more than happy to change out some of the units here. But this is my 2 cents on it. For the next one, we're playing Pluto of Deeply Laid Strategems. And now he's one of the cards that'll give you an imaginary gift. At the end of the battle, you attack the Vanguard, Carablast 1, and put this in your soul. And one of your units gets plus 10,000 power in the turn. If your Vanguard is an Astral Poet, get imaginary gift Force on the marker. So in order for you to use this effect properly or correctly, you have to have an Astral Poet on the field. Obviously. Next, we're playing 3 copies of Battlemane Mutsuki. I know people say run 4 of her because, God knows what, because she's awesome. I think it's a meme thing. It's a waifu thing. But her main skill is on Vanguard, when placed, Carablast 1 and Soul Blast 1. Draw a card, and you get an imaginary gift Force. So, on your Vanguard. So this will be an automatic 20k when she arrives. So these 2 are good for getting your imaginary gifts out early, and she's a good interceptor. For grade 3s, I'm only playing 4 grade 3s, and that's Gleaming Lord Uranus. When placed, I'll read this carefully. When placed, if your Vanguard has 5 or more Force markers, your back row center rearguard becomes an Astral Plane. Vanguard rearguard. When placed, Soul Blast 2 cards, you get imaginary gift Force on the marker. So, depending how many you have of him, you get Counterblast and Soul Blast 1, and you get a free imaginary gift Force. But your center rearguard behind him has to be open for the Astral Plane. Next, for grade 5, is 4 copies of Giant Deity of Distant World Valkerion. When Valkerion is placed on the Astral Plane, you look at the top 5 cards of your deck and pick any grade from there and reveal it to your opponent. Valkerion gets the amount of drive checks that unit had. And I think you add it to your hand. Right? Put one card from among them into your drop zone. Okay, so you drop it. So you put the other 4 cards back to the deck and shuffle it, and you drop that one card in the drop zone. So if you happen to have another copy of him, during that check, you can discard another copy of him, and Valkerion gets a quintet drive. Very cool, huh? So I'll say this right now. I think I might be keeping 2 regular Uranuses and change the 2 out for either 2 Valkyrians or the dragon. But I'm also going to try to get the newer Uranus for the deck. So that's it for the main deck. Now for the other stuff, we're playing 4 or 6 imaginary gift force 1s, 1 Astral Plane, and a guard, or a quick shield. So, kind of basic, a little bit. But, yeah, that's my deck profile for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys have any comments whatsoever, be sure to subscribe, like this video, thumbs up for it, and leave a comment down below and tell me what your thoughts are. And as always, there will be a full deck list in the description down below. So feel free to comment on that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great night and stay safe. Bye, guys.